All right, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Dan here with Diane Van Heerden. Diane, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Super well, thank you. It is the Passion to Profession podcast, everybody. Very excited for this one because Diane has had a really exciting and an interesting journey that I think you guys can all learn from. So today, I want to focus a lot on how to deal with things when things get really, really tough. Diane had a whirlwind journey from the beginning of October through to now. So we're going to talk all about it in today's session. Diane, thanks so much for joining. My first question is, can you tell everyone a little bit about yourself and what you're trying to achieve with your Passion app?
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me. So when I joined, I actually was just watching some of your videos then, and I just loved your passion and your personality. And I thought, you know what, this is something that I should start, because obviously the whole lockdown happened and us as fitness instructors started to go online. And me personally, never been a tech person. So I always been teaching group fitness. And I thought that's very important to be there in person and create the energy. But then I started teaching Zoom classes and I thought, you know what, it's actually manageable and you can still create atmosphere. And when I seen that you help people, you know, create an app and you can actually target a lot of people with the same kind of mindset who wants to achieve the same results at the same time, I thought this is something I really want to do and try my luck at it. So I dived into it, and as I watched your your little videos day by day, it just opened my eyes and made me like look out of the box and see things in a different way. So in the past I always thought the most qualifications you have, the most kind of wider audience you target, the better. And when I seen you talking about finding your niche and finding who you really are and who your people really are, I was like, hold on, that's where I'm going wrong. I need to see who I really am. And so my colleagues always used to call me Wonder Woman. And, you know, because I've got two little ones and I always used to teach really tough classes and just be all over the place and teach like 40 classes a week. So I thought, actually, I want to target people like myself, women who are multitasking all the time, but they do want that kind of push and they want to work hard and they want to feel like they're strong again and they want to get back in a game again and they don't want to be always the last. And obviously you put your kids first for the rest of your life, but you want to put yourself first for just half an hour when you do an exercise class. And I always thought I click with those kind of mindset women as well. So I thought, there we go, I've got my niche, I've got my name, I'm going to start Wonder Women. And that's how it all started. So yeah, I've been in fitness for a long time, but this is the first time I actually thought of like, you know, narrowing down things and dive into who I am and who my dream clients are. And this made such a big difference as opposed to just offering anything to anyone.
Wow, cool. Diane, thank you so much. Everyone who's here live, I see a bunch of you tuning in already, which is fantastic. Hello, Sunny, how are you? Give us a hashtag live in the comments right now so we know who is here. And of course, if you have questions or reflections you want to share, then myself and Diane are here. We can answer your questions. Diane, what I want to dive into first is you posted in our Passion Fighter Facebook community on October 1st. You were on day 18 of the Expert Unleashed Challenge. And that is, for those who don't know, basically like the fourth day of the launch. So it's like getting to the end of the launch. And Diane, you had at that point 0 founding members, right? You posted in the community, you were feeling, I guess, a little bit stressed, or you can share in a minute what you were feeling. I'm curious, like, where were you then? And what happened over the next couple of weeks?
Sure. So yes, that is a very like 180-degree turnaround. What happened? I definitely stressed out and you know, I felt lost because I did everything by books and I posted, and obviously I was a bit scared of it because, as I said, I'm not a tech person, so I never had a lot of followers and I didn't get the response straight away that I was looking for, hoping for. And yeah, I panicked and I posted and all these amazing members in a Facebook, you know, there's plenty of them who was picking me up and telling me like, you just keep going. Have you tried this? Have you tried that? And, you know, it can happen even, you know, on the last day of your posting it or even after. And this is exactly what happened. I just shook myself off and stood up and kept trying and went back to my email list and tried more. And and it happened. And for me, it wasn't straight away. I put a bit of a buffer time for my launch, to be honest. I launched that 5-day launch. I did a 5-day launch, but then after I gave myself, I think, an extra 2 weeks before I started the challenge, which I'm glad I did, because I got sick as well for a week. So anyway, and then these responses came actually later. So some of these women who seen my post, they get in touch a week after, and hey, I'm interested. And then we had the call, the discovery call, and even then I thought they were not going to buy, because I didn't close on a call, because I think it's not my personality either to push, and I knew them, they were clients. But then they got back to me a couple of days later, like, you know what, I want to do it. And so it was like a roll on effect. And then obviously I got more motivation, and then I kept trying and kept posting in a Facebook group, which was a really big support for me. They always picked me up and just, kept kicking me through. And then at the end, I had 5 founding members, which I didn't even dream of. And we kicked off this Monday. So yeah, I would just say, for anyone who is in the same boat, like, we're not all the same. Like, I guess our personalities aren't the same as well, and our followers aren't the same. But if people see your passion and you really targeted the niche that's authentic to you, you will find those people, and they will get back to you. Maybe not straight away, but they will see you out there. And then, I was a bit shy first to post videos. So first I just posted posts. And then, okay, I had to take a deep breath and do the videos. And it's so true that they will see your passion more through a video, right? So they clicked more with that. And then that's how I got them. And I'm so grateful for that, because you just really have to trust the process, and everything that you and the Facebook members said, just, it became true. And I just kept going, and I get there in the end. So it was great.
Wow, cool. And if I understand correctly from the posts that you put in the community, you charge £299, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so 5 members, guys, that's like £1,400, which is almost $2,000 if you guys are in the US. So from 0 to your first $2,000 online within that month is really, really exciting, especially given that you were at the point where you'd really put yourself out there and it wasn't working, and a lot of people at that point, I think, would give up. So what I love about what you did is you iterated your approach, you evolved when things didn't work with the photos, you did videos, and that I always advocate for that. What advice would you give someone who might be watching right now or on the replay, who they've done something, they've put themselves out there and it hasn't worked as they've wanted it to work?
I would just say that it's like you always say with the first pancake, it will never be how you expect it to be. And even with my first week of launch, but I was so proud of myself and I did it, and I had difficulties at the beginning to upload the videos, and then it happened, and it still didn't really turn out the way that I expected, but that's a learning curve. And that's why exactly we do this with the founding members and with the posts and everything. You don't fail until you try, and you can just learn from your mistakes, and that's how you will actually get where you want to be. Nobody ever succeeded on the first ever try, I guess. And that's what I really like about this whole community and about your approach, because it's not one way or no way. Like it might be different ways for every single person, and you just have to see out of the box. And that's why the things I always tried by myself might have not worked, but with this community and you guys behind us, you show us different ways we can try. And just keep trying. There is a way. There is always a way. It just might be not the first way you try.
I love that. There is always a way. I heard something the other day which I thought illustrates this point really well. Have you heard, Deanna, and for those watching, have you heard of WD-40? This like spray that people use on like bike chains and stuff to displace water, WD-40. Does anyone watching, I'm curious, does anyone know why it's called WD-40? Let us know in the comments if you do. And there's a bit of a delay, so they can never comment straight away. WD-40 stands for water displacement 40. So the goal that these scientists were trying to work on was like a liquid that would displace water, right? Because then it would like lubricate chains and stuff without like getting rusty, right? WD-40. They did WD-1, didn't work. They did WD-2, didn't work. WD-40, the 40th formula, the 40th attempt, actually was the thing that effectively solved the problem they were looking to solve. Have you done what you're trying to do 40 times already? If not, then you know, maybe that's why it hasn't worked yet. I think it's an awesome example of what you've just said.
Yeah, it reminds me of that gold digger example that you were saying in one of the videos.
That's right. Yeah. What's that? The 3 feet from gold story.
Yeah, that was one of them that kept me going as well, because sometimes I tried everything, and then I turned back. I said, I haven't tried everything. I just feel like I have, but you know, the list is endless, and you know, you just have to suck it up and keep trying.
That's right. That's so, oh, I love this. That's so apt. So often I feel like I've tried everything, but like sometimes it just takes a change of perspective. Someone will share something and it's like, oh, I haven't even thought about that. And like we get into these like narrow, you know, I have a coach, and quite often I'll tell my coach like, oh, I'm trying to figure out like, do I do this or do I do that? And like I'm always in this like this or that, and she always blows it open by saying something like, well, what other options are there? And I'm like, damn you, I didn't even think about the fact there are other options.
It's so true.
Tell me about you said before we went live, you were talking about why it was really important for you to like niche down. Can you explain like a little bit about why that was helpful, and also where did you land in terms of your niche?
Yeah, so I've been in fitness for like nearly 20 years, and I've been always so proud of like, you know, teaching fitness classes to anyone, or trying to promote my service even when I had a website, and it never really been very popular because it was for everyone, and everything was listed there, all my qualifications from kettlebells to boxing to everything, and it never really was like specific or niche down. And when you made me think about the niche and actually who I really am and who I like to work with, that made me even more passionate, because it made me realize I can actually work only with the people who I enjoy working with, and only with those who want to get results, because I'm like that. I need people who want to put in the effort and want to get results, and they're not going to pull out, and just so committed. And it made me more passionate about, hold on, this is even better. Even if it's a smaller group, I will get those kind of badass ladies that I really, really enjoy working with, and always been. And it just, you know, it just like a light bulb, it just clicked, like, there we go. That will be like a small group, but they will be mine, and they will all work together as a little family. And I think it just, you know, the whole thing just clicked better, and it was more personalized.
Yeah, and I bet that they love hanging out with each other as well, because they all have that in common, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I think it's really cool when people ask me, like when people, quite often people say what you said today, which is like, oh, the community's so great, everyone helps each other. And then sometimes people ask me how, like, what did you do? What's like the secret to creating an amazing community? And there's like small things we've done, but in the end, the biggest thing is just like, we've got together a group of people who are very similar. Like they all, like you guys all share, like you're very visionary. You're all about creating something that doesn't exist today. You don't like the word no. Like everyone in this community like shares so much in common that of course like they're going to love hanging out with each other. You know, it's and that's I think another sort of hidden power of like niching down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so true. Like even when I just see they're chatting about each other, and they're so similar, you know, and that's the thing, you get that similar mindset together, which just push each other and kick each other like through the finish line, kind of, you know.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. My final question, and guys in the chat, hello everybody, by the way, I didn't say it earlier, but I see Susie is here as well now, and Sunny and Leah and a bunch of you guys as well. Just let us know if you have any questions in the chat, because you know we're here and live, and this time is for you guys as much as anyone else. I would love to know, Diana, about how you think the community, you talked earlier as well about the community, like how did it help you on your way, and therefore what advice would you have for someone if they're not like where they want to be, or if they're getting stuck, or if they feel demotivated? Like you've really leveraged the community really, really well. What would you share around that?
So the Facebook community was like literally the greatest support I ever experienced, and I never felt like being part of a community like that before. I think as a trainer, you're always the leader, and you forget how to be part of something. You know, when you're younger, you play sports and something and you love it. but then you become the leader and people come to you for advice. So you kind of forget to ask for advice. And it really helped me at this time because I was a beginner at something and I started my journey and I seen, hold on, there's many members there who've been already through this stage and or maybe at the same stage. So whenever I was stuck, and I know there's the support team and they've been brilliant as well, but I'm sometimes very impatient and I want the answer right now. And I want from someone who already been through it. And it just, I just kept being on it. And as you said as well, to post our task every day I did. So people kept like reacting to it. And I seen that it works, like people actually are there for each other. So whenever I was stuck, I just asked for help or I just put my emotions out there. And then whoever was either feeling sorry for me and trying to pick me up or being in the same boat before, they just texted me and told me their experience or just gave me a tap on the shoulder or something, and it really helped. Like I just put myself in a different kind of role again, and it's sometimes sometimes people find it hard to ask for help, but it's not really that. It's just finding the people who are willing to help you and vice versa. And I think it's great. I think that this is the greatest addition to the whole thing, the community itself, as you said, and the same way how we can give it back to our little group to create something similar. This is amazing. I mean, I wouldn't be here. I think I wouldn't have got this far without the community and without your passion and all that. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Diana. Because in the end, the community is you and those watching and those who engage with all the posts and share their success and share their emotions. I am always amazed by how vulnerable and open people are able to be. People make friends with those who they've never even met, and it's so rewarding for me, and makes me feel like I'm part of something. We're all part of this movement together. It's really, really nice. Elisa said that she loves this. Passion and tenacity is everything, and I could not agree more. So thank you. And Karen also enjoying it. It's great. You guys, this is awesome. Final question, Diana. Imagine you were walking down the street and someone and you bump into someone and they said, "Oh, Diana, I saw you on that podcast with Dan yesterday. I actually was thinking about joining this Passion Fighters community and doing this passion thing and creating an app. But I'm not sure, right? I'm a bit skeptical. I've never done it before." Like, if you were speaking to that person now, what would you say to them?
I would say just go for it. This is the best thing you can ever do if you want to do something you never done before and create something and feel good about it. You have to put in the work and you have to go for it, but it's definitely worth it in the end. And you couldn't do that by yourself. I mean, I don't think anyone would have done it all by themselves. You need the community and you need the knowledge and the experience that you guys all give us. And I think it's the best decision I did. When I joined, I was a bit skeptical as well, but as soon as I got involved and I did my first few days, I felt I'm in the right place. And and then you just have to trust it and go with it, and it will all turn out well. I would definitely say go for it.
Oh, thank you so much, Diana. It's fantastic. I also loads of people just loving this. Lisa as well. Everyone just really appreciating your openness and your genuineness. Your energy is fantastic. I know that you're right now on your first week helping your first founding members, so everything's probably quite crazy right now. As you move on to the next stage, which is expert freedom, and you already have that in your account. So what I would recommend is, like, as soon as you have some time to breathe again, between taking the kids to school and helping your founding members and most likely 10 other things you've got going on, jump into expert freedom, because it shows you how to get to the next stage, which is turning strangers into clients, right? And so, yeah, for those watching, like, if you've done expert unleashed, like, the next step is expert freedom. It's all included. We just want to give you this path to where you want to go. So one more, I don't know if it's a question. Let's see. Elisa says, "I have too many apps I need to create." I need to know what functionality the app has, as I have a few things I'm curious about including in my app. Elisa, that's a fantastic question. What I would suggest is just drop us an email. Our amazing support team will be able to help you out. And it's instructor@passion.io. So I'll just reply with that as well, and you can just get in touch. All right, cool. So Diana, thank you again so much. Good luck with the future. I'm excited to see how you get on.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bye.
Bye.